Welcome back to City Scene. Are you ready for some Wild West action? Cowboy and Indian Days are coming to Casa Grande next month. Here to tell us about the lineup are organizers Dick Powell and Larry Raines. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hello, Mary.
So, gentlemen, let's begin by telling our viewers when and where the events will take place.
The events run from the 15th through the 23rd of February, so it's about a 10-day run with slack and everything included. But Larry's is quite involved, as well as Ben Crow in the Indian rodeo. He can fill you in. That starts the week off. So
you begin by a parade.
We actually start Saturday the 15th, starts with a parade. Last year we had over 50 entrants in the parade, and this year we're anticipating more. The unique aspect of this parade is it's equestrian based, and so we get a lot of folks on horseback or horse-drawn types of entrants, and we get quite a few from our neighboring Native American communities as well that enter their various royalty and so on and so forth. But it will start with the honor guard from the Vista Grande ROTC. Will be carrying the flags again, and they'll have their JROTC program involved as well. And so the parade entry forms are now available, and individuals can begin to sign up immediately.
Wonderful.
I think we're expecting hopefully some middle school bands this year, Larry. Very good.
And so what's the parade route?
The parade route is a similar parade route as it has been the last couple of years. So they'll start on Brown, we'll actually stage on Brown, and they'll travel north on Brown, and then they'll travel west on Florence Boulevard till they get to the downtown, and they'll wind their way through the downtown as they have, and it will terminate down on Florence on 2nd Street.
So how long have we been doing this event?
This event is this is the 4th year. Mm-hmm. The first year we did not do the Indian Days. First year was just Cowboy Days, and then we were able to combine the Indian Days, and this is the 3rd year for it, and it's grown exponentially every year, huh, Larry?
Yes, sir.
So what type of events are we expecting to see?
The events, Larry will tell you some about the Indian Rodeo. The first Monday at the conclusion of that, we have the Maple Leaf Classic, which is Canadians only. And that's another event, Mary, that's just grown and grown. It has doubled and almost doubled again from when it first started, and it just gets bigger every year. And we have so many wonderful Canadian team ropers and ropers that come down and stand, and barrel racers, and lots of horse people come down from Canada. So it's a fun day, and it's a good turnout. Tuesday we have Wednesday is one of the premier events. It's the Mike Servey Memorial Team Roping, and it's it'd be like the Open in golf. It's one of the biggies, and the Tucson Rodeo is going on, so we have the top ropers in the country that are here for that, and you can probably see about 150 of them rope on Wednesday. It is an admission, but it's one well worth coming to watch. And Thursday and Friday are both a combination of barrel racing and team roping. We have Ty Yost has a team roping, and he draws very well on Thursday, and Miss Carrie Woolsey will be doing the barrel race, which she does every year. And then Friday we expect another barrel race and team roping, and then of course the weekend is the Ranch Rodeo. But go back, Larry, if you want to go over more detail about the Indian Days. Yeah.
So the All-Indian Rodeo, of course, you've got to be a Native American to participate in the activity, and it is a full rodeo, rough stock. So the various events will scale from team roping to bull riding to saddle bronc. We've had good success at drawing the contestants to ride in the all Indian Rodeo, and we anticipate that we'll have that. We've got some women events. There's barrel racing. There's tie down that they participate in as well. And so that event is a Saturday and a Sunday. We are going to be moving the start time up this year to 1 p.m., which is a change from last year. We actually started at 2, but we are moving up the start time to 1 p.m. this year. And we anticipate a good turnout, and we also allow the folks that have scored well enough in the Quad Nation roping to actually run in the performance on those 2 days as well. So we're excited about the various contestants and all the spectators that come out to the event for the All Indian Rodeo.
And there's a component of scholarships to the All-Indian Rodeo. Tell us about that.
There's actually scholarship opportunities on both end of the events, both from the Ranch Rodeo as well as the All-Indian side as well. And from the All-Indian side, and I'll let Dick cover the Ranch Rodeo, the proceeds that are made off of that first weekend, in fact, are a portion of that are awarded to scholarship recipients off of the various nations and are surrounding Casa Grande. And last year we were very pleased to be able to give 4 scholarships to successful individuals from the Tohono O'odham Nation, from the Ak-Chin, from the Gila River, as well as from the Salt River Pima. Mr. Powell and I had the privilege of actually going out both to the Tohono O'odham as well as to Ak-Chin and award those scholarships, and it's always nice to see a recipient and just their overall expressions. And so they, you know, it's an opportunity for the various groups to see that we are in fact giving back from the proceeds that we're making. And then we were just out to the Ak-Chin Nation a couple of weeks ago to award another scholarship to a successful recipient, and anticipate awarding 2 more here the first of the new calendar year as well.
So tell us a little history of the Quad Nation rodeos.
The Quad Nation is actually a roping event, and it's an event that we believe very special to this group, primarily because you have to be a member of one of the 4 nations surrounding Casa Grande, or one of our neighbors, in order to participate in the Quad Nation. And what we find is that while on the All-Indian Rodeo, we have several Native Americans from around Arizona and certainly around from the Southwest that participate. Many of our local neighbors enjoy the roping side of the equation, and so we in fact began a Quad Nation roping, reinstituted it after several years of it being a void. But really what it is just an opportunity for us to really pay tribute to those individuals that are neighbors, and something that they enjoy doing in the roping side of it. And it's a team roping, so they're going to take partners that in fact are from one of those 4 nations. Most recently, the city of Casa Grande has sponsored that, again as a tribute to give back for all of the good things and relationships that we have with the various nations, but it is an event that goes back to one of the very beginning rodeos that took place when it was known as Casa Grande Indian Days, which then in fact became Odomtosh. But just an opportunity to pay a little bit more focus and a tribute to our neighboring communities, as well as the individuals and their passion out there in their various endeavors.
So have we done any recent upgrades with the rodeo grounds?
There's been a considerable amount of improvement at the rodeo grounds, the Ed Hooper rodeo grounds, over the last 10 years. And really I see that being a combination of a successful partnership through endeavors between the city of Casa Grande and the West Pinal County Mounted Sheriff's Posse, which is a nonprofit organization, a group of individuals that in fact want to maintain the Western heritage and a way of life, and we've worked very closely at what I would say just generally making some basic level cleanup out there, as well as adding new amenities. And as Mr. Powell will know, we've worked very diligently as a member of the West Pinal posse. You have the opportunity to board your animals out there, and so they've been working on that end to really get that cleaned up and make improvements to the various area there. And then the city, along with the posse, has written for several grants. We were successful at a state parks grant a number of years ago, which put new bleachers out at the rodeo facility and built, excuse me, the second arena, that some of the events that will take place this week actually occur.
And concession area
and a concession area as well, and restrooms, so really made some improvements there. And then most recently, with the assistance of the Gila River Indian community, we received a Prop 202 grant that built a nice pavilion, covered pavilion out there at the facility. And it's just an amenity that allows individuals to get out of the sun, as well as a place to gather. And the second component of that grant with the Gila River was a refurbishing of the bucking chutes. And so if you're out there, you'll see that they've gone from there've been some general improvement made on the chutes, as well as they're painted nice and red, so they really highlight where the rough stock is actually coming out of. And so again, it's a fantastic relationship with our neighboring Indian communities, and we look forward to continue to facilitating that.
ironically, we built the shades for sunshades, but last year we have one for the horseback people and one for the people that are in the stands if they want to. And that rainy day, it worked as a place to get out of the rain, which was nice to have, because before you'd have got soaking wet, and there was at least a place to come down out of the stands for. So,
do we typically see a full house at these events?
You know, at both the rodeos, you get a very, very good crowd. The Cowboy Days is the ranch rodeos at the end of the week, and the Indian rodeo at the first of the week. And the Mike Survey will fill that place up.
What other activities will we expect to see out there?
Mary, it's going to be very similar to the years past. There's going to be a carnival that will, in fact, spin both weekends. And there'll be a variety of vendors that set up out there as well. And Dick, there may be a couple of others that you can think of as well, but I know that those two are two that we certainly can expect.
Oh, absolutely. I think the Cowboy Days, we haven't talked about it yet, but it is a ranch rodeo, and it's amazing how it's grown in popularity. It's done by people that the producer knows who's a cowboy and who's not, and the cowboys are allowed to make teams and 4-man teams and come participate in this. And then they have a wild horse race, which is a 3-man team, and they have a saddle bronc riding, but you have to ride on a rope or on a regular working saddle. You can't use a bronc saddle, which is a lot easier to ride in, and they have some tremendous riders, and they usually get somebody in from a different area that's down here to kind of compete with our local guys and Arizona cowboys. But it has a variety of events. It starts off with a wild horse race, which is very active, and then there's wild cow milking, which is it's kind of a ranch thing, roping a cow and mugging her down. But this one is they have to, instead of mugging her down, they have to milk into a bottle and then run to a circle to end the time, and the horns are big, big horns. So it's pretty neat to watch. And there's 2 or 3 other events that are ranch, demonstrate ranch work, and the guys, they have a trailer loading, which is always, when I heard about trailer loading and never seen it, I thought, well, that couldn't be that exciting. It's probably the most popular event.
It is very popular.
And they have to start from the front of a pickup, 4 people, and they have their horses in the back of a trailer that's hooked to the pickup, and they have to unload their horses. 2 guys get on them, go load 2 cows, rope and load 2 cows, get the cows in front, the horses in back, close the gate, and then get back up to the front of the truck. So some people, there's luck involved, but it's a fun event, and as I say, we've had people that go both days to watch the Saturday and Sunday, and we have a growing number of people once they go that are just think it's so fun to watch, and you're seeing the real deal.
It sounds like this event has turned into one of the city's featured events, one of the largest attended.
You know what? I don't know how we compare size-wise, but it is if you count the entire week, there's an awful lot of people that are in Casa Grande and a number that stay here. You can really see the sales tax spike in February every year, especially motels and that kind of restaurants and what have you. But it's just a lot of fun to have events in our city that people don't have to leave town for. And as I say, with the parade and 10 days of action out there, now the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are no admission. So anybody who wants to come out and watch any of the events that are going on those days. And the admission is for the first weekend, the last weekend, and then on Wednesday for the Mike Survey. And as I say, they get a full house of roping fans that want to come and watch the best do it.
If you follow the National Rodeo Finals, and I know that a lot of folks in Casa Grande do, they were just held in Las Vegas, but you'll see many of the same names of the professionals that are up there roping, both that are Native American as well, that are just cowboys that are out here in Casa Grande. Both ends. They're roping both ends, and they'll be out here in February.
So why should residents go out to Cowboy and Indian Days?
I think for enjoyment, and we're a community that when we did our general plan, and we have a big sense of community, but we also like our rural roots, and we've got quite a heritage, a Western heritage that goes way back, 1879 when we were founded, and we had the very first Cowboy Days. We had it produced by the very first all-around cowboy in rodeo history was living in Casa Grande at that time, and helped put that on. There's been all kind of people through the years, and the ranch rodeo and the Cowboy Days faded out for a number of years. The Indian rodeo took over, but having them both and having the big events in the middle, and there's kind of something for everybody, Mary. I mean, barrel racing, we get a lot of women from different states that like to come out and root for somebody that's from their state that's in the barrel races, and team roping's the same. Team ropers come from all over the country, as do we get a lot of Native Americans from clear up in Canada and all the way down, and from the Midwest and around here. Navajos are extremely active in it. So a lot of color, a lot of tradition, and it's fun. It's not that expensive at all to go and enjoy. And I think they will be well pleased and want to come back next year.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on the show. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, Mary, I'd just like to add that, again, covering the changes from this year's event from last year. Number one is we're going to be starting the parade an hour later, so it'll be starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. And then the rodeo performances, both in the All Indian Days as well as the Ranch Rodeo, are going to be moving from 2 p.m. starts to 1 p.m. starts. And as Mr. Powell has pointed out, there are admission costs for both rodeos on both weekends, and then on Wednesday at the Survey roping. The admission for the All Indian Rodeo is $15 for adults, and admissions to the Ranch Rodeo are $10 for the adults.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary, for having us.
Thank you.
Cowboy and Indian Days runs from February 15th through February 23rd at the Ed Hooper Rodeo Park, located at 2525 North Pinal Avenue. The parade will be held on Saturday, February 15th at 10 a.m. in downtown Casa Grande. For a schedule of events, visit CasaGrandeCowboyDays.com or CasaGrandeAZ.gov. You can also look for a printed schedule of events in the Casa Grande Dispatch.